Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Flies and Aviation. Today, we'll be debating the topic of the final A380 to be delivered to Emirates later this year. 2021 seems to be the end of the era for the Airbus A380. The very first aircraft was only delivered 14 years ago, yet Airbus is already pulling the plug on production. The final aircraft has already been assembled and is scheduled to be handed over by the end of this year. But the A380 will not be forgotten, as the carrier going to Emirates is planning to fly these jumbo jets for a very long time. Earlier this year, Emirates was excited, revealing that the very last A380's would be delivered to them a year earlier. They had expected to receive the aircraft in 2022. The airline said that the last jet would be delivered in November. This seems to have now slipped down into December by Airbus. Tim Clark was recently at the IATA summit in Boston along with many other airline CEOs. The chairman of Emirates has been keeping quiet at the side of the conference. He was already questioned whether the 777-8 would be built by Boeing at all. This is a fact that was also confirmed by Emirates personnel. In the grand scheme of things, the delay isn't that huge, they said. But why did Emirates bring forward the deliveries in the first place to begin with? It is all to do with the cabins that the aircraft is delivered with. Emirates is keen to get more aircraft in its fleet with popular new premium economy cabins. There are two ways to do this. Firstly, the airline could pay to retrofit the cabin of their existing aircraft, or they can get the new aircraft with the cabin already fitted delivered to them, which means this is a reduction in cost for them as they won't have to pay extra for the cabin to be retrofitted. The only difference is that the balance for the aircraft due on delivery will need to be paid in 2021 and not 2022. While the delivery of the last A380 may make it seem as if the program is dead, this is far from the true case. Earlier this year, Tim Clark commented that the airline would operate the jet into the mid-2030s, and it somewhat resembles and makes sense. Why would the airline want to take delivery of these aircraft very soon just for them to end up being scrapped in a couple of years? The airline is also in the unique position that, unlikely that other operators of the giant, it can't function without the A380. Its ground basis was built upon this aircraft. It won't just be Emirates flying the jet though. As the post-pandemic recovery continues to gather the momentum, other airlines are slowly bringing back the giant out of long-term hibernation. ANA is to take physical delivery of its last A380 this month, a year after it was technically delivered on paper. Meanwhile, British Airways A380 will make a return to the skies with paying passengers as soon as next month, with Qatar Airways set to follow in December. What do you make of the finest Airbus A380 delivery date? Do you think that the delay actually has any influence on Emirates? Or do they really do not need the aircraft at this time? Let me know your thoughts.